team, I hope you're all well. It is Valentine's Day, it's Friday evening, it's 10 to 8 in the evening, and as per, because it's the weekend, I am doing a 48-hour readathon. So this weekend is basically Britt's 24-hour readathon, starting at midnight tonight, going through till midnight, Saturday evening, Sunday morning, however you want to work it. I don't know. Timings confuse me massively. Not only that, but Codie from Codie's Book Corner is doing a 24-hour readathon as well, as part of her Discord channel. If you're involved in that, you'll know about it. And again, the same time zones. So I've extended it, turned it into a 48-hour reading vlog with my, well, readathon with my contemporary book club. So some of us are doing 24, some of us are doing 48. I don't know, some of us might go in between, do 36, but between us all, we're all sort of getting involved with it somehow, and we're all going to do some reading this weekend. So very excited. I have a glass of wine because it is Valentine's Day, and I was like, why the hell not? I feel like I'm gonna probably regret this in a couple of hours though, when I get really sleepy. So we're starting at 8 o'clock. Let you know what I'm planning on reading, but I've just got some mail as well. This is a treat from me to me. I ordered it this afternoon. I'm very excited. I was like, do you know what, it's Valentine's Day, so fuck it, I'm gonna get myself some presents because why the hell not? So let me show you what I got, because I got these on a bit, well, I got this one on a bargain, that's for damn sure. So I've managed to get The Witcher Blood of Elves by I don't know why I struggle with this every time. Andreas Sapkowski, is that how you say it? This is not as big as I thought it was gonna be. So these are the new book covers. This is a little bit damp. These are the new book covers that have just come out for the Witcher series, and I'm absolutely loving them, and at the moment they're down to £5 each. I was going to get them all, but there's so many of them that I just cannot afford to. So I've just got the first one. So I also got the, right, this is a complete fucking letdown because it's not as floppy as the first one, which is such a shame. I also got The Vanishing Stare by Maureen Johnson. So this weekend I am planning on reading Truly Devious. So, which is super floppy, but this is not. And I'm gutted because I decided to get the paperbacks because I knew that Truly Devious was floppy, but this isn't. And I'm gutted now because I should have just got the hardbacks. That's a shame. Never mind. So I've got the second one because I believe this is the sort of series that you need to have the next one literally ready to go because you just want to get on with it. So I picked that one up as well. So let me tell you what I'm planning on reading. In true Steph fashion, I have the biggest selection of books that I want to get through this weekend. So based on the fact that we have two 24-hour readathons that I'm taking part in with several different prompts, and also it's Contemporary-a-thon, which runs through till Sunday, and Thriller-a-thon starts tomorrow, taking part in all 4 of those different readathons because have you met me? So let's start in order. Contemporary-a-thon is first, so I still need to finish My Not So Perfect Life by Sophie Kinsella, which is on my Contemporary-a-thon TBR. So I'm on page 258. I've got about 2.5 hours of the audio to go. It says 5, but it'll take me about 2.5 hours. I'm not loving this, it's just okay. This is also my February pick for, not my specifically, well, just in general, our February pick for Contemporary book club. So need to get that finished. And then what else have I got on my TBR? I've got a load on my TBR for Contemporary-a-thon, but I'm just not going to get to it all, so I'm changing it because I can. Oh yeah, so I've also got Third Degree by James Patterson and Andrew Gross, and I'm currently on page 154. I am a day behind on this, but I'm planning on catching up. This will be finished by Sunday. So yeah, looking forward to continuing on with this. I'm loving being back with the girls in the Women's Murder Club, so that's great. What else do I have on here? That's pretty much it, because I think I'm going to sack the other books off, only because I've just not got the time to get to them. It's just not going to work out. So I'll rearrange my TBR this weekend for Contemporary-a-thon and get the books to fit that I've already read into that, or some of these others will probably fit as well, so that's cool. So then for basically Britt's 24-hour readathon, You need to read, literally the only prompt is to read a book that's been on your TBR for ages. So I'm going to be picking up, now this hasn't necessarily been on my TBR for ages, I only bought this the other week, but it's been on my wish list for the longest time. So I'm going to pick up Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I'm very excited to pick this one up. You see how floppy this is compared to this one that is just not, you know. Do you know what? They don't even feel the same either. They've got different covers, which is very annoying. So yeah, I'm going to be picking up Truly Devious. And then for Codie's book club, this is done based on the fact that Codie picks a book every month as part of her Wheel of TBR that we will read as a buddy read. So she picks a couple of the books on her TBR for buddy reads, and then it goes to vote and we all decide, and then we buddy read that book. So her buddy read pick this month is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. So you see how I'm killing two birds with one stone here? I'm not actually doing that, please don't panic. So the prompts for Codie's 24-hour readathon this weekend are to read a blue book. So for that, guess what I'm going to pick? Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I have this on audio, so it's a 10-hour 12-minute audio book, and I'll do that in 5 hours 6 minutes. So I have done my best to try and work this out this weekend. Then you need to read a mystery, which to be fair, Truly Devious would fit for, but I am going to go for, stupidly, The Other People by CJ Tudor. This is Kayla's pick for the Literally Dead book club, which is her new book club, and I'm really looking forward to picking this one up. Again, I've got the audio for it, which is a 10-hour 16-minute audio book, so 5 hours 8 minutes. So I'm looking forward to that one. Then you need to read the next in a series, so I'm going to be picking up Heartstopper 3. So I'm really excited for this one, I cannot wait. This is by Alice Oseman, and it is a comic book. In fact, it's a chunky comic book, it's chunkier than the others. So I'm really, really excited because I've been highly anticipating this, and it's just, I've recently got it this week. So looking forward to it, and it will break things up for me, which is really, really good. And then finally read a romance. So if I don't get to the book I'm actually picking for this, Heartstopper 3 will work. But if not, I'm planning on picking up Of Curses and Kisses. This comes out on the 18th of February, and I'm really looking forward to it. It is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So thank you to Hodder and Starton for sending me this. So yeah, those are the books I'm planning on picking up for that. Not only that, but these two books will also fit for prompts that I've fitted them in for Thrillerathon, which starts tomorrow. So those will fit for the prompt of, let's work this out, The Library, a new to you author, CJ Tudor, I've never read from before. And then also Candlestick, newest on my TBR, Truly Devious, which is now not the case, but that doesn't matter. Whatever, it'll work. It's the newest thriller on my TBR, apart from The Vanishing Stair, but you can't read that until you've read the first one. I've got another book that I can't tell you about. It's for a secret TBR that I'm halfway through, but I really want to get to finishing this week. But I really want to finish this weekend. That has, how long does that have left? 8 hours 52 minutes on the audio, so 4 hours 25 minutes-ish. So hopefully I will get that finished. I also plan on finishing Third Degree this weekend, which I've told you about. This one this weekend, which I've also told you about. And then I need to continue with my buddy read of Rose Madame, buddy reading this with Bobby, Gav, Monica, I think she's called Monica, sorry. Bobby, that's awful. Bobby's friend, I think she's called Monica. This is a reread for her, and also Codie. So I need to continue with this, really enjoying it so far, it's going well. And then just for funsies and to break things up a little bit, I've also picked up Moonstruck and Bingo Love, which are 2 graphic novels, which will both of them sort of cover Black History Month and Female February, which is awesome. So I'm really excited about those, and they might cover a couple prompts for Contemporary-a-thon as well, which is great. So I'll throw them on here very, very quickly as I was coming down the stairs to break things up a little bit, but we'll see. I actually don't know if Moonstruck is fantasy, actually, rather than contemporary. Yes, fantasy creatures, it literally says that on the back. So that won't fit for Contemporary-a-thon, but this might, which I'm assuming it is contemporary. So as per, your girl is just getting giddy again and picking way too many books up. So yeah, we'll see how this goes, but this is my stack. I'm not finishing this one, but I want to try and get through all of these plus another one. that you can't see because it's for a secret TBR. This is obviously not going to happen, but we'll see how far we can get. My plans for the weekend, I am getting my hair done tomorrow afternoon, so that's sort of thrown a bit of a curveball in here. I've completely forgotten. So I'm getting my hair done tomorrow afternoon, which will take a few hours out of my day. My brother and my sister-in-law coming round about 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon to drop off the pram for the baby. That's ready now, so they're picking that up tomorrow, dropping that off here. It's because they're storing it here for now. So they'll be round for a little bit, and then that's it. Other than that, that's it. That's all I've got planned. So I'm hoping, what I need to do this weekend is to clean the house a lot, because Siobhan comes on Friday next week and I'm very, very excited. So I need to clean the house, make sure I'm ready for her to come round for the weekend, next weekend. And then I've got a lot of editing I want to do as well this weekend, so I've got those to do as well. So that's a very long introduction to this video. I apologise, but I'm going to go and get some reading done now, because that's been a 20-minute introduction. It's now 8 minutes past 8, so that's great. I'm going to go and get some reading done, and I will check back in with you later. Bye for now. Hello, it is 4 minutes past midnight, and I literally just now finished I literally just now finished My Not So Perfect Life by Sophie Kinsella. I wasn't so sure about this like part way through. It wasn't really what I was expecting, but honestly, the last bit, so this is split up into like 2 parts, and as you get probably like halfway into the second part, I really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed where the story was going. It's not what I expected at all on any scale of it. Like, just completely threw me off. I wasn't expecting that at all. I thought it was going to be about this girl who was living a lie on Instagram, basically, and it wasn't. That was like a very, very small part of it. So I really, really enjoyed it. I'm going to give this 4 stars, I think. I really enjoyed the storyline in this. It had a romance in it, but it was not focused on the romance. It was generally focused on Katie's life, which was really, really good. And Katie essentially works for, I think it's like a marketing company, and she sort of makes out that she has like a glamorous life and all this lot on Instagram, and she basically lives in like a flat share and works for this demon of a boss, and she's from Somerset. She like puts on this London accent, if you like, and eventually she gets fired from her job. Really, really good story of a girl trying to find herself in all aspects of her life, and just sort of coming to the realization with quite a lot of hard truths that not all things are as they seem. And I just really enjoyed it. I've given it 4 stars. This was our pick for contemporary book club this month, so yeah, very excited to have finished this now. Really, really glad that it sort of picked up in the second half of the book, because I was just sort of, I didn't particularly care, in all honesty, my life for the first half of the book, which is frustrating. But yeah, really, really glad I finished this. So 4 out of 5 stars from me. So I think my plan now is it's just gonna, obviously it's just gonna, oh, I read today's pages for Rose Meadow as well, so I'm now on page 145 for this. It's going good. I'm enjoying it. I haven't picked up 3rd Degree yet, so I now have Thursdays, Fridays, and obviously now Saturdays pages to read for 3rd Degree, so that's great. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know. What I might end up doing is end up saving it for Sunday and just plough through it all on Sunday. We'll see. But I think what I'm going to do now is, now it's gone past midnight and we're into basically Britt's 24-hour readathon and also Codie's 24-hour readathon, I think I am going to pick up Of Curses and Kisses and try and read about 100 pages of this. It's a physical read because this hasn't come out yet. It doesn't come out till the 18th of Feb. So I think I'm going to try and read about 100 pages of this. We'll see. And then I think I'm going to go on to The Other People and try and listen to maybe an hour or so of this. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see. So that's what I'm going to go and do before my battery dies on this and I get interrupted. So I'm going to go and continue reading. Just wanted to give you an update now. It's gone midnight. So I will see you in a little bit. Hi team, I hope you're all well. I don't know why I'm saying that, it's the middle of the vlog. Hey, it is Saturday morning. I'm so angry with myself. So I went to bed last night. I think I probably fell asleep about 3, half 3-ish. and I set an alarm for 8 and I must have turned it off. I had another one set just in case for 9 o'clock, and I must have turned that one off in my sleep, and it's now 20 past 11. I've just got up. Awesome. Love that for me. So I really need to get Shufty on now because I slept through like an extra 3 hours I could have had, which is really annoying. I need to get a move on because I need to go to the salon. I'm getting my hair done today. It is dreary as fuck outside. But let me tell you what I've been reading. So last night I obviously finished My Not So Perfect Life. I started Curses and Kisses. I think I got about 17 pages in. I am going to pick that back up again today, but I was getting tired. It was making me sleepy physically reading, so I'm going to take it with me to the salon. So I picked an audio book up and I started The Other People by CJ Tudor. So I'm not too far into this, to be fair. I am 43 pages in, so I need to get again shoved on with this, but I'm going to be listening to it in the car on the way to and from the salon later. So I want to read Heartstopper 3 this weekend. I wanted to do it for Codie's readathon, but what I might end up doing is I want to read them in order because it's been a while since I read Heartstopper 1, and then it's been a couple months since I read Heartstopper 2. So I think what I'm going to do is read Heartstopper 1 for the well, actually just read this one and then read Heartstopper 2 for the next in a series, and then Heartstopper 3 I'll probably end up, it'll be tomorrow before I get to it. I can see it at this rate, so because I still need to get to Of Curses and Kisses, but also I don't think I'm going to end up finishing that today, so this could be for the romance. The second one could be for next in a series. So we'll see how we get on, but obviously I've got till midnight to finish these books because it's a 24-hour readathon, but I'm going through till tomorrow 8 PM. So whatever I don't finish of these, I can sort of, I mean, this would count for blue on the cover and a mystery, but the buddy read pick is truly devious. The whole point in Codie's readathon is truly devious, so, and that's what I've picked for basically Britt's readathon. So I don't know what the best thing to do is, whether to continue with this, which I'm really enjoying so far, or whether to just jump ship and pick up Truly Devious for the time being and try and get through that and then jump back into this later when I finish Truly Devious, because Truly Devious kind of covers the 3 prompts, the one for basically Britt's, which is that's been on your TBR for ages, and then the 2 for Codie's, which is Blue Book and a mystery, whereas this just covers the Blue Book and a mystery because I've only just picked this up. So yeah, I might actually jump ship into Truly Devious, I think. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'll keep you posted. So I'm gonna go. I will check back in with you later and let you know how I'm getting on, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye for now. Hello, it's me again. I have had my hair done. So it is now 5 to 4 in the afternoon. I've done a bit of shopping. I've tidied, like, done a really quick blitz tidy up round here today. So I'm hoping that tomorrow I will do a better tidy up, but I want to focus on reading today because obviously I got up later than I thought I was going to, and I'm really pissed about it. So I want to focus on my reading. I obviously wanted to read Of Curses and Kisses, Truly Devious, The Other People and Heartstopper 3 today, which is not going to happen now because I woke up really late. So I did put The Other People down and pick up Truly Devious instead because I wanted to focus on this because this could cover the prompts for basically Britt's 24-hour readathon as well as 2 of the prompts for Codie's readathon. So it covered 3 prompts over 2 readathons essentially. So I'm currently on page 88, which doesn't seem like a long way in, but it's basically, how many pages are in this? 416. It's basically like 2 hours something into the audio. 2 hours 13 into the audio. So obviously I've been listening to this on my way to and on the way home from the salon, and then tidying up just really quickly when I got back. So I'm going to continue to listen to this now until my brother and my sister-in-law get here to drop the pram off. I'm going to go and continue reading, and I will check back in with you a little later. The weather is awful here today. I was hoping to take a couple of Instagram pictures today, but it's just been dire. So hopefully I'll get some Instagram photos tomorrow, we'll see. But I'm gonna go, so I'll check back in with you in a bit. Tra! Hello, it is officially midnight. So basically Britt's 24-hour readathon is over, Codie's 24-hour readathon is over. So, moment of truth, did I manage to complete all of the prompts? The one for basically Britt's readathon and the 4 for Codie's readathon? Yes, I did. Woohoo! I'm still livid at myself for sleeping in this morning, completely livid. However, I've managed to work around my issue of sleeping too long and get quite a bit of reading done. So let me tell you what I've read. So the prompt for basically Britt's 24-hour readathon was to read a book that's been on your TBR for ages. So I've ended up picking a book that's been on my wish list for ages. I sort of see my wish list as being like part of my TBR because it's books I want to read and I'm going to read anyway. Not only that, but this book I have had on audio for a long time. So again, my audiobooks I tend to see as my TBR, so it counts for this. Not only that, but this counted for 2 prompts for Codie's readathon as well. So it counted for the prompt of a book with a blue cover, and it also counted for the prompt of a mystery. And this is the buddy read for Codie's pick, like buddy read pick for the month of February. So that turns out to be like four birds with one stone or something. So the book was Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I've given this 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. And that cliffhanger at the end, if you've read this, you'll know exactly what I mean, but bloody hell do I want to pick up The Vanishing Stair right now because it was amazing. So good. Really enjoyed it. I can't wait to pick up The Vanishing Stair. It's going to be amazing and I can't wait to pick it up. Really think I'm going to love this series. The Vanishing Stair is going to end up going on my March TBR, and I made the decision that, is it The Hand on the Wall? Is also going to go on my March TBR. I'm just going to put them both on and read them one after the other because it's going to be necessary. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to fit The Vanishing Stair and Hand on the Wall into February, but alas, I finished Truly Devious, started and finished Truly Devious today, so that's awesome. I then also went ahead and reread Heartstopper Volume 1. So I read this last year when it came out. I've reread it now and I loved it just as much as I did the first time, so 5 stars for this. And this was for a romance for Codie's readathon. So yeah, that one counts for that. And then I read Heartstopper Volume 2, which again is a reread, and again I've given 5 stars for the second time. And again, I loved it, and this is for the prompt to read the next in a series. So I've read that one as well. And then also just this second, I have finished Heartstopper Volume 3, which is not a reread. I'm reading this for the first time. Absolutely loved it. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I've not updated Goodreads. I wanted to update you guys first. So I'm going to give it 5 stars. This one goes into a lot more deeper stuff actually this time round. It's sort of covering not just sexuality this time round. It's covering a lot more. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it actually. It's covering a lot more ground, and I just love Alice Oseman's comics. I love her writing. I've not picked anything else up by her apart from Radio Silence, so I do need to sort of get into some more of her novels and read those. I really want to read Solitaire and some of the others that she's done. I think, where is there a list? Solitaire and I Was Born for This I really want to pick up. So yeah, but I loved it. It was great, and I'm really glad that I've read it. So that, do you know what, honestly, shit bags. I just nearly dropped another book. So I've managed to read 4 books today. I know some people might see it as cheating because 3 of these have been graphic novels, well, comics, but do you know what? I don't care. So I've managed to read 4 books. 2 of them have been a reread. They've all been 5 stars, so what an amazing day of reading. I'm really happy. Still obviously livid with myself that I slept too long this morning because I could have fit another book in, but unfortunately it didn't work out like that. But I'm really happy. I've managed to read a total of 1,316 pages. I worked it out while I was still listening to Truly Devious, and yeah, I'm really happy with that in 24 hours, because I also read 43 pages of The Other People. Which way around does this go? The Other People by CJ Tudor. Didn't get any more further on with this, but I am going to continue with it now. But yeah, I did change because obviously I was supposed to be reading of Curses and Kisses for the romance prompt, but I didn't get to it. I did end up putting that down because, well, I slept too long this morning is one reason. The second reason is that the storylines sort of clashed a little bit with Truly Devious, so I couldn't deal with the fact that both of them were set at a new school setting, if that makes sense. I can read multiple books at once, but not if they've got a very similar setting. So yeah, I've just decided to put that down for now, and I'll pick it back up at a later date. But yeah, also I was meant to read The Other People for the mystery prompt, but I've ended up putting it down because I slept too long this morning. Have I mentioned that yet? I slept too long this morning. So yeah, but luckily Truly Devious covers that prompt as well as the blue on the cover. So yeah, very happy with my reading, really buzzing. So now I'm just going to take a quick break, I think, because I've like really smashed my reading today since I got back from the salon, because I just wanted to make sure I got Truly Devious done, and then wanted to cover Heartstopper as well. I was just going to read Heartstopper 3 and let that cover romance and Next in a Series, but I wanted to reread the whole series because I've not done it. So I reread the first two and then got onto the third, and I'm really glad that I did it that way. I also took a bit of a break and watched an episode of Chicago Fire while I had my tea, so that was cool. So yeah, I might actually take another break now and watch an episode of Chicago PD or Hawaii Five-0, just to give myself a little bit of a reading break, and then jump back in with, I think what I'm gonna save Rose Madder for tomorrow. I'm not down for like, funnily enough, I'm not down for the thrillery stuff, but I'm about to pick up. I might pick this one up, we'll see how it goes, but I want to make a bit of a dent in this. Or I could pick up my secret read, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I will let you know. But next time I update you, it might be the morning, I don't know. I was kind of going to try and go through completely tonight, but we'll see. I mean, I still kind of feel quite awake. I'm surprised I don't feel tired. I think if I had to physically pick something up now, I would get tired, but the books that I've got now are all audio books, apart from Third Degree, which again I need to catch up with. I need to finish that tomorrow, Sunday. So tomorrow, Sunday, I am hoping to finish The Other People, Third Degree by James Patterson, my secret book, and get up to date with Rose Madder. So hopefully that will be doable. We will see. I'll get a shift on and get some reading done. So yeah, just wanted to check in and let you guys know how I was doing, and let you know how those two readathons had gone. And I will check back in with you again when I've got something else to update you on. Bye for now. Than what it should be for me wrapping this up, but I'm going to do it anyway because there's only 10 minutes left. It's 10 to 8 p.m. on Sunday evening. So I'm just going to wrap this up now. So this weekend I have finished My Not So Perfect Life by Sophie Kinsella. I gave this 4 stars. This was about a girl called Codie who pretends she's got like this really perfect life all over Instagram, and she just likes to think she's got a really good life when in actual fact it's a little bit of a shit show. It becomes even more of a shit show during the book. Her whole world gets turned on its head, and then slowly but surely she manages to sort of find herself and find her feet, get back on her feet even, and sort herself out. And I preferred the second half of this book to the first half. The first half really let this down. I don't know if I'll necessarily reach for a Sophie Kinsella book again. I'm not a massive fan of the writing style, but I did like how this turned out in the end. So yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. I was halfway through this when I started the reading vlog, so it's not a start to finish for me, but I managed to finish it off, so that's great. So very excited indeed. And I managed to finish Heartstopper Volume 1. This is a reread for me. This is by Alice Oseman, and it is a comic following 2 boys, Nick and Charlie. Charlie is gay. He was outed at school the year before this is sort of set, and was severely bullied. Nick is a boy who ends up becoming friends with Charlie, and their friendship sort of blossoms, and it's really, really cute, and I adore it so much, and I highly recommend you pick it up if you haven't done so already. It's amazing. 5 out of 5 stars the second time around, 5 out of 5 stars the first time around. Similarly, I picked up Heartstopper Volume 2. Again, another reread for me. 5 out of 5 stars. Again, we're just following Nick and Charlie and their relationship progressing. It's very, very good, and I do again highly recommend it. And then I picked up Heartstopper Volume 3, which is the reason why I reread the first 2, because I wanted to be fresh on the story again. Also, it's just a load of fun to read these. This one is dealing with a few more heavier topics than just sexuality. It's dealing with eating disorders, depression, self-harm, anxiety. So just be careful if those are triggers for you, but it's done in a very, very good way. I would just be careful, but obviously with it being a graphic, not a graphic novel, a comic, it's not graphic by any means in any of those senses. They just talk about it, but yeah, just be aware of those. But very, very good. 5 out of 5 stars. I just love this series so, so much, and Alice Oseman's sketches and storytelling is just amazing. Highly recommend. Then I read Bingo Love by T. Franklin, Jen St. Ong and Joy San. This was a cutesy little graphic novel that I picked up about love that's found at bingo between these 2 females, and it was really, really cute. I just thought it was perfect for Black History Month and Female February. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I read this early hours of the morning. So yeah, it was really good, and I do recommend it. It's not long at all. It's like 88 pages, but it's really, really cute. I read Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I read this cover to cover yesterday, and I really, really enjoyed it. Gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and I loved this. This is a mystery thriller. It's really, really good. I really, really recommend it. I really enjoyed this. It was fantastic. That probably didn't sell it to you. Just read the back of the book. Honestly, it's really... The synopsis itself will get you intrigued, but I loved this so much. It was really, really good. So 5 out of 5 stars for that. I read that it was Codie's buddy read for the month of February. So I'm really glad I got the chance to pick that up because I loved it so much. And I read it for Codie's 24-hour readathon, so that was awesome. Also, it was for basically Britt's 24-hour readathon. And then I've just finished now A Third Degree by James Patterson. This book made its way across the room when I threw it across there about an hour and a half ago. James Patterson has this really good way of making you fall in love with a character and then killing them, essentially. Sick to death of it now. I'm the 3rd one into the Women's Murder Club, and I'm sick to death of it already. So by no means am I going to stop reading these. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Gave the first one, First Today, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Just completely fell in love with James's writing style, with the girls from the Women's Murder Club. I just fell in love with everything, but at the very end, he broke my fucking heart. And then Second to Die, I really enjoyed it, gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Didn't impact me as much as the first one did, and I think it's just because the first one I was getting to know the characters. You're getting a lot of backstory with the characters, and you know, building the world up, even though it is like contemporary, building it up and just building up, you know, the story in your head, and you're getting to know the characters a lot more. So I just felt like it dealt with a load of different issues, as well as the murders that were going on. And Detective Lindsay Boxer, which is who we're following, she is a homicide detective. She becomes a lieutenant as well later on in the books, but she's a detective. She's the only female detective in homicide in San Francisco, and the first book follows her on a serial killer case where he's killing honeymooners, so people that have just got married. The second one, Second Chance, we continue to follow Lindsay and the Women's Murder Club, and I can't fully remember the story of that one, which is terrible, but I think it was more politically driven, I think. So I just didn't, there were cops involved and stuff, and it was all very dodgy and a little bit political, and I think I maybe switched off a little bit when I was listening to the audio. So I didn't enjoy that one as much. It was 4 stars, but this one I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story behind it. Again, it was quite politically driven, which is probably why it's got the 4 stars, and also character killing. I just can't deal with it. I think I might have to have a word with him. I just don't know how he's got to a point where he's just released his 19th book in this series, and the 20th, I've just seen it on NetGalley, so the 20th book is coming out later on this year. I don't know how he's managing it, because he keeps killing the fucking characters off. And I'm fucking fuming about it. My book literally went across the room. I'm so fucking annoyed. I messaged Siobhan straight away. I was like, what the fucking fuck is going on? So sorry about all the swearing, but I was so annoyed. I was devastated. Anyway, 4 out of 5 stars. If you like your thrillers and your mysteries and detective stories, this will be a really good one for you. You'll really enjoy it. James's writing is fantastic. Just that, I mean, I suppose they've got to keep you hooked. You obviously want to find out then what happens to all the other characters. And how else he is just going to rip your chest out of your heart and stamp all over it. So 4 out of 5 stars. It was good. I was halfway through this before the 48-hour readathon started. I was buddy reading it with Siobhan, but I just kind of like stopped reading it on Friday, and then I've just finished it off now. So I finished that one as well. Then I got up to date with Rose Madder by Stephen King. I'm buddy reading this with Gav, Bobby, Codie, and one of Bobby's friends as well. So it's going really well. I'm currently on page 273. I think I'm about maybe not quite halfway through. It's going well so far. The paranormal side of things has just kicked off. It's a little bit weird, but I suppose it's just Stephen King, really. Do you know what makes me nervous about this? So basically we are following a woman called Rosie, and her husband is a cop, but he's violent, and she's worried that he's going to kill her in her sleep. So one day she's had enough and she leaves the house and takes his bank card. She runs away, and we're now sort of in a position. This starts off, I probably mentioned it several times in this vlog now, but I'm going to do it again only because it's extremely violent in the prologue, and I just think it's really important that people go into that sort of knowing it. I didn't, and I mean, to be perfectly honest, there aren't many things that trigger me, so I'm very lucky in that sense, I suppose. But I'm very lucky that that is a thing for me, because it shocked me, massively shocked me, the prologue for this. It's very, very violent, so just be careful if violence, abuse, miscarriage and sexual abuse actually as well, like not throughout the book, but just mentions of it throughout the book. Just be careful if those are triggers for you. But it's a very good book, and I do highly recommend picking it up. It's really, really good. I am a little bit on edge with it. It's typical Stephen King. I am getting a bit anxious with the story now, because I am getting involved with the characters. I did this with, if you just watched my last vlog, I've done it with I did it with Misery, and I was so involved, like so invested in Paul. I was so fucking worried about him. And I hated Annie Wilkes so much. So I'm getting in this situation now where I'm very invested in Rose's story, and I'm so worried about Norman, her husband, finding her, because he is a cop and he knows how Rose thinks, and it's very frightening. You get sort of, most of it's from Rose's side of things, but you get at the odd chapter where it might be from Norman's side of things, and it's quite frightening the way he thinks, his thought process through how Rose would have made certain decisions and what would have put her on what path is quite frightening. So in some ways I would like to be that close to somebody that they would know that if I was in trouble, that's how, like, I know that they could find me because of those sort of things. In another way, I would hate for somebody to know me that well that they would know exactly what I would do and where I would go and the decisions I would make. It would be shocking for somebody to know me that well, because even I don't know me that well. I'm so indecisive. But yeah, it's a frightening thought, and his thought process is just crazy. Crazy because it makes a lot of sense and it actually works, but crazy because he knows her that well. So I would highly recommend picking this up. I obviously, so far, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to continuing with this buddy read. And then the other people, okay. CJ Tudor, my intention was to finish this tonight, and that didn't work out because I picked it up again after I'd finished, what was I reading this morning? Oh, my secret book that I can't tell you about, but I finished that as well, which I was halfway through, so I finished half of that as well. So the other people I was going to pick up after I'd finished that one, unfortunately I started doing, but I just wasn't in the mood, which is very frustrating because I was totally in the mood for this yesterday when I started it, and I put it down because I wanted to start and finish Truly Devious, so that's very annoying. I did read a bit more, so I'm now on page 79. I think I was on page 43 before or something. Yeah, so I was on chapter 8 and now I'm on chapter 14, so I'm like 30 more pages on, 35 more pages on. So yeah, I'm going to try and pick this up this week. This weekend has been very successful. I've read all of these plus another book that was a very chunky book. It was over 500 pages and I was only halfway through it. So I was halfway through 3 books and I finished all of those, and then I finished all of these as well. So very happy, very proud of myself. I've managed to complete Contemporary-a-thon, which is great. I'll just wrap that up in my main wrap up because I can't be bothered getting the paper that will tell me exactly what I've read for what prompts. So lazy. But yeah, I'm gonna go and get in the bath now because I'm a little bit sleepy actually, but I didn't get much sleep last night, so I'm gonna go and do that. And you will see me in the next one. Please do like this video if you liked it. I would really appreciate it. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Again, I would really appreciate it. I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.